Morning everybody and welcome back to a very snowy Saskatchewan. My name is Jan Kjellstra and I'm a dairy farmer from Saskatchewan, Canada. It's just after 4:30 in the morning. I'm here that early today, not to milk cows, but to get the day going, push some snow. Because we had a good little dump there last night. I just trudged my way over to the shop so I could get to the wheel loader and start pushing, but yeah, I'd say we got our forecasted 25 to 30 centimeters of snow. That is just brutal, folks. Just gotta clear all the doors by hand shovel. That right there, folks, is why all doors on the prairies open into the building and not outside. Alright, we're gonna go do some damage with this machine. Parked this thing in here overnight to make sure it was warm to go for this snowstorm. Also to thaw the bucket out because we just used it for sand. And you can see over the course of the night here, it just flaked off the side of that bucket as it was thawing out. So that worked good and all. We're not going to clean it now anyway. Just because priority number one is pushing snow. Just starting to push snow behind the barns here this morning, and you can see how aggressive those floor heaters are underneath the doors. Those are built into the concrete. You can see that black strip of concrete right in front of the door there. It just melted all the snow that fell onto it, so those are working really good. We have a door remote for all the doors, so we can just open them up. And then back in with the wheel loader, scrape all the snow away from these doors. Works pretty nice. So this is our feed yard. Right there is where I usually park the feed wagon, and it's just all snow drifts now. It looks like waves on an ocean. Just all blue in here. Silage pile right there. And then there's our alfalfa and fall rye piles over there. So get clearing. Time to go mix a batch of feed. Obviously, I could probably push snow for the next 10 hours, but we gotta eventually feed the cows. So we're gonna feed one milk cow load, and then Dad and I are going to go to the corrals and shovel some bunks out because those are full of snow now. Really looking forward to doing that. But first we got to feed the milk cows, make sure they got feed in front of them. So that's how I pushed snow for the first couple hours this morning. I kept in mind that, okay, I'm going to be feeding the milk cows first. So I cleaned around the barn, cleaned the doors I have to drive through with the feed wagon, cleaned around the feed mill, cleaned right out here outside of the shop, and then also cleared an area there by the silage pits and then paths to everything so that we can get that first load of feed in front of the milk cows. It's very important that they're not waiting on feed, otherwise they're going to drop in milk production. And demand for milk right now is quite high, and there's incentive days, so we have some increased production here in Western Canada that is demanding more milk. So we got to keep the cows producing as much as we can right now, and that means you got to keep feed in front of them all hours of every single day. First thing I got to do is scrape the snow away from the pit face. It's built up pretty good. We're gonna inevitably end up wasting a little bit of silage like this, but we can't throw a bunch of snow in instead of silage. That's gonna knock those cows off. The load is gonna contain less feed, but it's also gonna be way higher moisture than what we're aiming for, which can also throw the cows off. Ingredient we got to get into the feed wagon is water, which is right on the side of the barn there. I tried backing up, just could not get traction, so I called Dad, who was around pushing snow, if he could just dump some gravel there. He's gonna have to put it right here too. I can't move it all. You can see how it's slipping right there. I would like to scrape the rejects here, but I'm gonna see if the snow didn't pile up too much again already behind the barn for that little skid steer to get in here. Should be good. We're doing everybody's favorite job right now, shoveling out the feed bunks. This is the single worst thing that happens as a result of snow. Mom and Miriam are right there. Dad's over there. If Neline was here, it'd be a full-on family affair. But I think she's feeding calves right now, so we're out here shoveling away. Okay, I think we're all have lost our minds, but we're done now. All the bunks are clean. Every single one. All done by the Sk family. Well, I am glad that is over, guys. That is not the funnest thing in the world. I've tried to maybe push us in a direction where we no longer had bunks, where you would have to push the feet up every day, but then you don't have this mess, or have a bunk cleaner. There's some interesting tools out there that are made for doing that job, but still haven't convinced anyone. And realistically, if Mom and Dad and Miriam are going to be there shoveling the bunks out, I can't really complain. So yeah, I'm sure someday we'll figure something out, but for now, still the good old-fashioned shovel. Alright, we're feeding that last load to these ladies out here in the corral. They're getting fed now at 3 p.m. And just to give you guys the perspective, they're usually getting fed at around 11 in the morning. Yeah, look at them all run. They're excited for this. So they're 4 hours late on their breakfast, which is now lunch. So very unfortunate, but that snow just slowed us down that much to where we're this late with feeding. And you can see these girls, they are anticipating this meal. We're putting bedding in the corrals right now. Dad already did 4 corrals alone, so that is awesome, but we're gonna help him out with the other 5 that we gotta do here. He's just in there right now shaking the bales out. It is something you can do solo, but it is so much nicer for everyone if you can do it with 2 people. These animals are all caught up with their eating for the day. They are no longer crowding the feed bunks, which is nice to see. Except for that pen right there. 6 and 7, they always have a lot of animals in there. So now some are laying on that fresh bedding in the back corral there, and then the rest are the second ones that got to eat, so everyone can have a spot now if they want. There fell also so much snow in the corral. Lady, what are we doing? So we finished putting bedding in the corrals there. I figured I would take the loader to town, plow my driveway, and do some other people if they needed it, including my buddy Nick's new tractor dealership, Wheatland Tractor. So we're in their lot right now. I think we got it nicely cleared out. There was some pretty big drifts here. So might as well, while we're in town, help out a bit if we can. I also pulled this lady out of the ditch right in front of town here, and she was very nice. I was driving to here, and then I stopped and said, hey, and then she was like, can you help me? I was like, yeah, I can help you. Got a tow strap in here ready to go. And then I pulled her out, and she was like, thank you, and tried handing me some cash. I was like, no, it's fine. I don't need it. It's perfectly good. And then she was like, no, and shoved it in my coverall pockets. I was like, okay, thank you. She's like, God bless you. I was like, oh, that's awesome. So, yeah, that's nice. Just a little bit of selfish, making myself feel good, you know, pulling people out of the ditch and clearing driveways. It's a brutal snowfall, but it can also be not so bad. And that is my driveway clean. Stoked about that. It's always nice to get on top of things. Now I get to just drive my truck into the shop or the garage, and then I'm going to pass out, folks. That was a long one. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. Check out the Instagram @SassDutchKid, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.